What is going on? Oh my god! Oh my god!
Where are the mushrooms?
Please don't, Wario! Wario, please.
Give me the mushrooms, Mario!
Please do not, Wario.
I need the mushrooms.
Please no. I am only making video, please.
Okay.
Please, Wario, please. Please let me have. Please. Please, please, please. Please. Thank you, brother. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a new video.
Now before we get into any of that, ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk to you about today's sponsor, which is Moot. Now Moot is a free mobile app that is guaranteed to increase and improve your gaming experience. Now, this is an app for whatever you're looking for. If you're looking for a teammate, this is the place for it. If you're looking for successful strategies in gaming, this is the place for it. Or if you're just looking to look at dank memes for the games you enjoy, this is the place for it. And if you're looking for Pokemon in particular, well, guess what? You are in luck, ladies and gentlemen, because there is specifically the Pokemon Lounge. And to do trading in the Pokemon Lounge, all you gotta do is go to it and then go to the trading board, and then there you can make a trade, you can look for trades. It's all in a singular spot. But ladies and gentlemen, that is not everything that you'll find here. You'll also find dedicated gaming lounges, which you can go to if you want to look for other games than just Pokemon. You can also go to your profile and customize it with cosmetics, which you can be purchased with Moot coins, which you'll earn by just engaging on Moot. And also you can enter giveaways for free real gaming gear, such as consoles, controllers, keyboards, mice, headset, and more using Moot tickets. And ladies and gentlemen, the app is available on iOS, Android, and the web, and is 100% free to use. So make sure to check out Moot. Link will be in the description down below. Thank you for them for sponsoring this video. Let's get into the rest of it. So ladies and gentlemen, as you may know, we have been told that we will be getting new forms for certain legendaries in the upcoming DLC for Pokemon Sword and Shield, the Crown Tundra and the Isle of Armor. Now, I wanted to take a look today at some of the Pokemon that I think should get new forms, aka new legendaries that need to get new forms. Now, as you may know, we already have a few Pokemon that will be getting new forms. For example, Zapdos, Articuno, Moltres are getting new forms, as well as a few new Regis seemingly, or maybe new Regi forms. We don't really know just yet about those, but either way, we know there's going to be new forms for certain legendaries, so I thought today, let's take a look at 10 Pokemon legendaries that may be getting new forms, or maybe should get new forms. So let's get started with number 10. So coming in number 10, we have ourselves Ukesee. Now this is a design here from Fatmon for a Mega Ukesee, but of course, if we were to get a new form, I can definitely imagine something else happening with Ukesee, right? I can definitely imagine a little bit of a different path of this going in terms of like what it might look like. I could definitely imagine the color change happening to it, because as we've already seen with the other legendaries like Articuno, Moltres, Zapdos, they gain kind of like more vibrant, or either more vibrant or more dark colors depending on which, you know, kind of like the original color is. So Zapdos is kind of orangish, whereas Articuno is more like purple-ish, and then Moltres is not like red and orange, but it's like, you know, kind of like black and purple and pinkish kind of almost. Or actually, yeah, black pinkish purplish, so to say. So I could definitely imagine Ukesee changing its color to something more like a, I don't know, like an orangish kind of hue to fit better, and maybe a darker blue on its body, or maybe even a lighter blue instead, but kind of to like reverse on what it's currently got. So definitely would be cool. Also, shout out to Fatmon for this design. Links in the description down below for these designs, guys. But yeah, that's that one. Let's get to the next one on the list. Next up at number 9, we have ourselves Cresselia. Yes, a very forgotten Pokemon for most people. Of course, like, was evident back in the, what would it be, like, Generation 4, I guess, right? That's back when this Pokemon was, like, in its prime, I guess. But yeah, Cresselia, man. Honestly, a Pokemon I feel like is just genuinely, like, very much forgotten in terms of, like, popularity. It doesn't really have any popularity, let's be honest. Not many people remember it, or think about it, or even pay attention to it. It just seems to be kind of left in dark and in the back, and it just doesn't get that attention that I think it deserves. So I don't know, man. I think it'd be cool to see Cresselia actually get some love, get some attention, and actually start getting a bit more of an audience. And if we were to give it a new form, maybe that would happen. Now, how would we change it from what it is right now? I think maybe making it darker, right? Instead of having it be like this kind of majestic, like, you know, good Pokemon, make it more like evil looking. You know, make it more into like a you know, purple-ish color. You know, change it to that so it looks more dark and menacing, in my opinion. I think it would be cooler than having it, you know, continue with this kind of majestic look. I think if a new form is going to happen, it needs to be a lot darker, a lot more like edgy almost. So yeah, definitely what I think for that one. Next Next up is a design made by the Baldinosaur. Again, shout out to this man, because link's going to be in the description down below, by the way. But shout out to him for this design. He made several designs, which I'm going to feature in this video, so shout out to him again. Make sure to check out his tweet, by the way. It's going to be a link in the description down below to that, and his Twitter. But just honestly, this is a cool-ass design. So this is for Suicune, and again, I think the legendary, like dog trio indefinitely is one of those that should get, like, all of them should get a new form. And I think this design here actually is really sick. So as you can see, it's got a poisonous vibe to it. You can see with the horns, it's kind of spiky, like a coral reef or something. Maybe like a poisonous kind of, like, you know, set of horns, because they're all spiky and might, you know, shoot out poison if you get, you know, spiked by them. Then for the body and the colors, as you can see, what he went for here is kind of a gooey kind of, you know, kind of like consistency, having the light green, lime green, so to say, which obviously is meant to be kind of like a gooey, poisonous part of its body. And then, of course, the purple, again, gets that poison aspect out. And honestly, it's really cool of a kind of, you know, opposite, or like a, you know, like a mirroring to what Suicune actually is, because normally it's just a majestic water type Pokemon, right? Like, or I mean water, but like, you know, it's just a majestic looking Pokemon normally, whereas here it looks far more like, you know, menacing, like, you know, like it doesn't care about, you know, being majestic. It just wants to protect its territory. Definitely a cool design in my opinion. Next up is another design by your boy Fatmon. Here we have a Mega Azelf, and of course, if Azelf was to get a new form, I think the path they should go is similar to what they did with not Moltres, but probably Articuno. Yeah, probably with Articuno, because they've got a similar color to them. But I can definitely, you know, just see in my mind a more kind of aggressive looking Azelf. Like, as you know, normal Azelf is just kind of like timid. Actually, all the Lake Trio are just kind of timid looking. But I feel like if they went down the more aggressive path for it and made it look far more menacing, it would really, really be sick. So, in my opinion, I would definitely roll with that. I think it would be cool. I would really be a big fan of it. So, I don't know about you guys, but if they were to change its colors, you know, a little bit more purplish maybe, in, you know, design, like add a bit more purple to it. And I know I'm going to mention purple a lot here, but it's a cool color. It really mixes well. So, maybe a little bit of that. Also, maybe add a little bit of red to it, I think. Kind of to expand upon that kind of like, you know, little red dot that they all have on top of their heads, right? The little orb. Like, just kind of expand upon those colors maybe a little bit. It'd be really sick. But that's that one. Let's go to the next one. Next up is another design by the Baldinosaur, who made a form for Entei as well. So again, this is part of his trio, you know, designs, and bro, this one looks sick, dude. Like, honestly, Entei as an ice type and looking this majestic with like the oozing of the cold on his body and on his mane just looks so sick. And he of course still retains his big old like tusk, like teeth or whatever. You know, those kind of like what would you even refer to them as? I guess he's got like I don't know, just basically those big old tusky teeth, right? They look sick, like almost like a saber tooth. Even though I guess more or less like Raikou is a saber tooth, but it's besides the point. It just looks sick, okay? And having the kind of like ice on the feet being almost like flames, still kind of representing a little bit of that, you know, what it originally is, which is, you know, a fire type essentially. You know, having that still kind of emphasized a little bit here, even though it's essentially an ice type at this point, I think is still cool. Or maybe, who knows, maybe it could be an ice fire type. I mean, of course, that's over the top, but hey, maybe it shoots out blue fire. I don't know, Dobby, wink wink. But yeah, I just think it would be sick, honestly, and it looks really, really cool. Like, I'm just a big fan of this design in general. I don't really know what else to say about it. It just looks so freaking cool. I'm a big fan of it. So, that's that one. Let's go to the next one. Next up is a design of Messpura. So this is another Fatmon design. It honestly looks really freaking cool. It's a Mega, and it looks kind of cutish, right? It looks cutish. Now, if this was a new form, I think color-wise, we could definitely roll with a big change here, right? And what do I mean by that? Well, I think we can definitely go down the path of giving this like a bit of a redder color, like more red, kind of replacing the pink with a more red and maybe a little bit more orangish color to it. I think that would actually emphasize it a lot more and make it a lot, like, just generally a lot better in terms of, like, you know, being a new form. Now, I'm not talking about this design itself. I'm talking about, like, if they were to, like, give it a new form, in, you know, in general. I'm not saying anything bad about this design. This is a Mega design. I just wanted to, like, have a little bit of a representation for that. But either way, really cool, though. And in general, I think, again, this is another, like, Messpura is another Pokemon. Like, the whole Lake Trio is just kind of a very neglected trio of, like, all of them, right? Like, I think they're very neglected. I just don't know what to really say about them beyond that. Just very neglected and deserve some love. So yeah, Messpura definitely deserves some love. The final Pokemon from the dog trio is going to be, of course, Raikou, and this is again from Bulbasaur. Again, a design that I cannot emphasize how sick this is. It is honestly so badass looking. It looks awesome. It looks epic. It just shines through like crazy, man. And in this, we've got the black mane, like just really mixing well with the yellow colors, of course, with the electricity. And it almost looks like, if you actually look at it, it looks like a kind of like a thunder cloud, right? Like the back of its like, you know, kind of mane is a cloud, and then the thunder is coming down from its like body, and it honestly looks so cool when you actually think about it, like how sick that design is. And I've got to say, like, it looks mad sick on this dude. Like, it genuinely looks so epic. And again, Bulbasaur, dude, shout out to you, man, for this epic design. I really hope to see more of these like being made, because they're so cool. It's always cool to see like these concepts, and definitely should be more made for like the other legendaries as well. But this looks so freaking sick, dude. So yeah, what do you guys think about this? I would love to know your thoughts and opinions, because I think it looks bloody epic. And next up, ladies and gentlemen, we have HoHo. Yes, of course. Yes, of course. Now, this is a design that was made by VILLABOOM, so shout out to VILLABOOM for this design. It honestly looks really epic, so I think this is actually the perfect way that HoHo should go, and I think it's time for HoHo to get some love, man. Honestly, like, where the HoHo love at, man? Where the HoHo love at, dude? Seriously, like, I love Lugia more, but man, HoHo deserves to get a form or just some sort of, like, appreciation, like, now. Like, it's genuinely, Game Freak, do it. Like, just give it some love, man. And I think a design like this, which mixes kind of like rainbow colors, makes the most sense, considering it's got, like, essentially the rainbow Pokemon, right? So having it actually like get this kind of white, but then like mixture of like rainbow colors on it would be genuinely so sick, dude. Like, this actual design here, I think, is the perfect representation of what a new form should look like for HoHo. It should just be the rainbow Pokemon, like straight up rainbow, not just orange and yellow and whatnot, but straight up rainbow like this, you know, with white and then mixture of colors like blue, green, pink, orange, yellow, like just a mixture of everything. Genuinely looks so freaking cool. I love it. So that's that one. Let's go to number 2. And at number 2, ladies and gentlemen, we have Shadow Lugia. Yes, so this is not really a new form, this is an old form, it's an actual real form that exists, but I think it's time for Shadow Lugia to appear in an official Pokemon game, like a mainline game, right? I mean, it's officially a showed up in game, but it hasn't showed up in an official mainline game, and I think it's time. I think it is time for Shadow Lugia to make its appearance. And honestly, it would make sense for it to make an appearance now, because its designer is also involved with the current generation. So why has it not shown up, man? This Pokemon needs some actual freaking time to shine in official games. Why is it still left in spin-off only? We need it to come back, man. It's one of the coolest changes to a legendary Pokemon. Like, having Shadow Lugia exist is one of the sickest things ever, honestly. Like, it's one of the coolest, sickest things they ever did, and I don't know why we haven't seen that being pursued even further, right? With more Shadow Pokemon, or, you know, giving us, you know, more Shadow Lugia, or just more Shadow Pokemon like that in general, and just adding those to the games. Like, it just genuinely would increase the number of Pokemon, and would just not be as much work for Game Freak, so why not do it? Please, Game Freak, please. But yeah, let's go to number 1. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, at the number 1 spot, we have Darkrai. Yes, I know it's a hyper-popular Pokemon, but it would be really cool to see Darkrai show up and actually shine a little bit. And honestly, man, I think it's time. So, Darkrai, again, very popular, but there's also a lot of people that don't even know about Darkrai, that just think it's... I mean, I actually saw some Pokemon Go fans who thought it was a Fakemon when they first heard about it, before, like, Generation 4 came out in Pokemon Go. So, it'd be cool just to see this Pokemon show up with a new form, as, like, some people have totally forgotten about its existence, dude, and I guess its popularity has dwindled. So, I think be cool to see Darkrai just pop up out of nowhere, show up, just get the attention it really deserves, because man, it is one of the coolest legendaries ever to be designed. Like, one of the coolest ever to be made. It genuinely is epic looking and just also menacing. And with this design here from Fatmon, I think we can get a little bit of a cool concept. Of course, here we got a little bit like a almost like a Madara design to it, because he goes, as you guys know, like Madara from Naruto, if you, those of you do watch Naruto, has kind of like this red armor, and here we got like a very similar thing going on. So yeah, but shout out to Fatmon again for this sick design. And honestly, man, I don't know what to say beyond that. Like, this is just such a sick freaking design, and a Pokemon that I think deserves some new attention, right? And if they were to give it a new form, they wouldn't even need to keep the black color on it. They can change it to fully red, right? Like a really, really dark kind of like reddish color, and add like some more elements to it to fit in well with that red color. Because if you just take the base version of, you know, of, I guess, Darkrai and change it to red might not look that good, but if you actually did something extra to it, it would be really sick. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's the last one on the list. And yeah, that's all for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy it, drop a like down below, make sure to subscribe, check out our sponsors, and yeah, see you guys in the next one. Have a good day, and bye-bye, ladies and gentlemen.